We're now going to answer another one of these questions. You should pause it and see if you can do it for yourself. Okay, hopefully you've given it a go. And you might be asking yourself, how do I know when to use this quadratic method? And the unfortunate answer to that is practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more you'll be able to recognize them. But it just comes with practice. More practice enables you to recognize them more easily. Okay, so let's go through it. I've got 25x minus 23, 5 to the x minus 50. Immediately, I recognize that I can write this 25 as 5 squared, and then x, minus 23, 5x, minus 50 is equal to 0. Once I have this, I can then swap the 2 and the x around. So this will be 5x like that. Because remember, this is just 2 times x, which is 2x, and this is just x times 2, which is 2x. So it doesn't matter that I swap these around. 23, 5x, minus 50 is equal to 0. Now, once you've done that, you should realize that at the moment, this is a quadratic because you've got one term squared, then you've got another term here, and then no term at the end. So that means we can say, well, now it doesn't have to be any particular pronumeral. Let's make it m. Let m be equal to 5x. So that means every time I see a 5x, I'm going to replace it with m. So that means I'm going to get m squared minus 23m minus 50 is equal to 0. Then you're going to factorize this. So what are two numbers that you can multiply together to get negative 50 and add together to get negative 23? That's going to be negative 25 and m plus 2. Because negative 25 times 2 is negative 50, and negative 25 plus 2 is negative 23. Then you're going to use your null factor law, which tells me that m is going to be equal to 25, or m is going to be equal to negative 2. And then remember, you can't just leave your answers like this. You have to sub them back into what you've created here. So that means I'm going to say, well, 25 is going to be equal to 5 to the x, or negative 2 is going to be equal to 5 to the x. So as you can see there, I'm just taking my m value and slotting it into this spot here. Then once you've done this, 25 is the same thing as 5 squared. So therefore, x is equal to 2. Or, now here, this is where you've got to realize that this doesn't work. There's no solution here. Because there is no value that x could be that could give me a negative out. It simply does not exist. Even if I was to make x a negative number here, so for example, if I made it negative 7, well, that's just going to become 1 on 5 to the positive 7. There's no way to make it negative. So that means there's no solution to that part. So you always need to make sure to check. So therefore, x minus 2 is the only solution. If you wanted to, if you just wrote x equal 2, that is also correct. You just can't write, two answers. There's only one answer there. So x equals 2 is the only solution. Hopefully this made sense. Also realize you can do this on your CAS as well. So menu 3.1, what is the question that we were given? We were given 25 raised to the x minus 23 times brackets 5 raised to the x, close my brackets, minus 50 is equal to 0, close it, comma x. That looks correct. X is equal to 2, just like that. So that is another way with your CAS to do it. Hopefully this made sense, and I'll see you in the next one.